Sometimes they are raped, so you need to provide defense mechanisms for them. And that was exactly what we achieved at Cowsol yesterday. Congratulations, this was a well put together conference.
I think the impact was the reinforcement and the reiteration that it's not just witnessing the abuse. If you hear about it, you are also culpable, especially the churches, the mosques, the ballets. So once you hear, you don't have to witness. Once you hear, you are a mandated reporter. Thank you.
GBK ONABANJO, LSCPC. Like you mentioned, what caught my attention yesterday was the safety bag. You know, when a situation happens and you need to make a decision on the spot, you might be a bit confused as what to do immediately it happens, you know. So that safety bag, I think for all women, because we never can tell, even if we're not in an abuse relationship, we should pass it on to others. Have your certificates, we've been told, your passports, your children's passports, everything important. One brassiere, one panties, one clothing, you know. Just be ready, ATM card, your checkbook, a biro. I think she forgot to mention that yesterday. I think we should add a biro, you know, just in case. A jotter, yes, ma'am. So you just pick it up and then you go. That really got me. Thank you, ma'am.
I remember she said we should put all receipts and photographs.
Reports, you put the evidence there, if you have photographs, if anything that you know can be of help, if you need to go to OPD or the Ministry of Justice, anything that can help you, Pam, just drop it there.
Thank you very much. Let's give a high round of applause. Okay. So the facilitator identified the weak or poor and illiterates as the group of people who are easily prone to be cheated on or deprived of their fundamental rights. She mentioned that recently the number of women and children experiencing abuse, domestic violence, exploitation, and neglect is significantly on the increase. She informed participants of the existence of the provisions of Chapter 4 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which sets out their fundamental human rights, especially for vulnerable groups. The facilitators also informed participants that Lagos State has adopted the Child Rights Law 27, now 2015, for child protection. She identified lack of education, ignorance of protective laws, lack of awareness of where to find help, sex discrimination, poverty, religious beliefs, stigmatization, myths, and some of the causes of vulnerability. While highlighting that for the vulnerable to become protected, they have to know their rights and be ready to defend such, even in the face of intimidation. She highlighted some of the enforceable rights by women as economic rights, civil rights, rights to inheritance, and right to education. These are the rights of women. She also described domestic violence as a pattern of behavior often used by one person to control and dominate another with whom they have or had a close or a relationship. She urged them to know their rights under the law and never to keep quiet, to speak out and seek help. In conclusion, the facilitators took participants through how to seek help, where to seek help, and steps to take medical and social steps. This is the summary of the plenary 4. So we go to plenary 5, and that topic was strengthening our collective impact. Strengthening our collective impacts. But this time, I'm going to call on those on the left side of the hall.
I am Bello Oluwaseun Rachel, Lagos State University. The second plenary speaker told us about the 5th for the conference, but the 2nd for yesterday's. Told us about children and the use of smartphones. I learned from what she lectured us on that we should expose our children to smartphones at respective ages, but teach them the usefulness and the time to use such phones. It isn't reasonable trying to prevent children from using phones, but you should teach them the significance of such phones, and you should teach them to regulate the usage of such phones. And then I also learned that we should monitor how our children use their phones. For instance, many teenagers like to engage in pornography, and so we shouldn't hide away from this. So you should monitor what they do with their phones. You should try to educate them on the significance and uses of phones, and you should discourage them from abusing the phone. Thank you, Madam.
Good morning. Still standing on the existing protocol. My name is Mrs. Olubumi Ajayi. I'm from Teachers Establishment and Pensions Office, a teacher by profession. My own take, when the facilitator was facilitating us yesterday, she said there is a policy in our home that the children doesn't watch television or use phone during the week. That is during the school days. I want to advise us mothers, we are all mothers there, not enough providing these phones for these children. You must create time to sit with these children. This will give you an avenue to know what these children are using the phone for. I want to cite an example of a son of my pastor. He said in the night, something just asked him to go to this child's bedroom. These children, they don't sleep in the night. They are busy online. Unknowingly to him, it was because he said, the boy said he asked his father a question, and the father ignored him that a child of God doesn't ask that kind of question. There is no question your child cannot ask you as a mother. There is no question. All questions have an answer. Don't ever silence your child. At that moment, you give all your time to that child to listen. If you fail to listen, somebody is waiting outside. So give those children the advice. The boy now told the father, a pastor, a zonal pastor in RCCG, that, Daddy, I asked you a question, what is pornography? You did not answer me. When I go to class, I asked a classmate, he said I should go on Opera Mini to search for it. And by doing that, he was able to see, and he was enjoying it. And he now said, Daddy, I've been watching this thing for over a month. A child of JSS1 in King's College. What are we trying to say? We must have time. It's not buying the phone for your children that matters. Let them sit with you with your own phone. Let them see what you have on your phone. Let them see the type of information you have on your phone. By that, you are cultivating their knowledge to good things. How to make use of phone, to get words and meaning, how to make use of phone, to get how to cook, and all other things, how to be a role model. The Lord will bless us. Thank you.
He mentioned so many things. He spoke about the causes, the challenges the children themselves have, and the way out. And part of the causes she mentioned were peer pressure, lack of parental care. She mentioned those ones, and maybe the child could be exposed to hazards in the society where he or she stays. Then she said some of the solutions to these are the government, the policymakers, they need to start looking at it. There should be education, empowerment, sensitization for the children to know the hazards of teenage pregnancies, which has to do with their mental health. She also talked that there should be a budgetary provisions for these children so that when they have, there should be programs or strategies that will cater for their needs and future needs. They should be empowered. It should not be the end of life for them, because the after effect of it is poverty, and this could be cyclical in the society. So this needs to be addressed. Thank you.
Is that we should not expose our children to pedophiles. The pedophiles are on pro now, and both boy children and girl children are exposed to sexual abuse. We put more emphasis on the girl children, but the boy children are also abused every now and then. She then mentioned the role of stakeholders in the area of health services. She mentioned particularly the role of primary health cares, and she mentioned that there are over 300 and something PHCs in Lagos State, and that people should access the services of this PHC. And the last one I took home is the one she mentioned about domestic and sexual violence response, that the Lagos State government already have established centers where these cases can be taken to. One of such is the Mirabel Center and some other centers in Lagos State. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Plenary 7, and that was the last plenary session yesterday before we went home to get ready for the gala night. And that was anchored by the couple, Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Ohi Hoi. I am sorry if you are here and I didn't pronounce your names well. Preventing significant health challenges of the middle age and beyond. Preventing significant health challenges, the middle age and beyond. I'm sure we all listened with rapt attention yesterday. So I believe that I will have so many hands up concerning this plenary session. So who wants to bell the cart? Who wants to lead? Hello? Is there anybody here? If you come forward.
By the presentation of the gynecologist and the cardiologist. He actually spoke on 4 conditions that happened to women, and that whether we like it or not, those conditions are things that we cannot really hide from, and that we can beat the aging process by putting on so much makeups. We can deceive ourselves physically, but our body is there aging. It spoke on 4 topics of interest. The first one is fibroid. Spoke about cancer of the breast. Spoke about cancer of the cervix and cancer of the ovaries. He actually appealed to us to embrace more, because more women are coming down with fibroids. And because people are quite afraid, and he said we should embrace to have fibroid. That is a pleasant one. It's better for you to have fibroid than for you to have cancer. So it says about 57% of women have fibroid. And he told us about the causes of all of these disease conditions. For example, for fibroid, fibroid don't really have a known cause. It's an abnormal growth in the womb. And he told us that actually we cannot really do anything precisely to stop it from happening. He also talked about cancer of the breast, which is the most form of the commonest cancer in women. It told us that there are no specific cause, but there are some predisposing factors. It told us about the predisposing factors, and it told us about the signs to watch out for us to be able to identify if you're having cancer. And it said, basically, if you look at the size of your breast, if the size of your breast is changing, then please see your doctor. If you are experiencing some form of discoloration in your breast, please see your doctor. If you press your nipples and something comes out from inside your nipple, he said you should see your doctor. He also spoke about cancer of the cervix, which is not really very, very common. He talked about the ovaries too. However, he told us about going for a check as early detection of all of these cancers, okay, ma'am, can prevent the complications that might probably set in. And he talked about mammogram. He talked about cervical smear. I think I want to rest my case here. Thank you. Thank you, Auntie.
The one I want to talk particularly about is also cancer, but is the cancer of the breast. He said that we should always make sure that we check our breast at all time to see that there's no lump in it. That anytime we are naked, we should check everywhere to make sure that we don't have lumps in it. And anytime we discover that, we should quickly go to the hospital to report the case. And also, we should always allow our husbands to suck the breast so that such a thing will not occur or things like that. And so many other things concerning cancer case, so that we will not be involved or will know at the early stage. Thank you very much.
We are one. We are Cowsol, and we stand by our husbands. We are the mothers of the land. We will build with our hands a Lagos filled with greatness. We are strong.
Be louder.
We are the
They can be louder than this.
We will build with our hands a land that's filled with greatness. We are strong. We are Cowsol, Okoniwa. We will serve our land. We will stand for our people. We will rise and together we will build our home. We are strong. We are Cowsol, Okoniwa. Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as it is a tradition, please would like the cameraman to please move. Can the cameraman please leave the front of the high table? Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to start off the closing ceremony of the National Women's Conference organized by the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, and as it is a tradition in Lagos, we will all rise to take the national anthem, the first and the second stanza, and it will be followed by the Cowsol anthem. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Can I crave your indulgence to please rise for the national anthem?
The Cowsol anthem, please.
We'll take the Cowsol anthem, please.
The Cowsol anthem. We are one. We are Cowsol. Cowsol. And we stand by our husbands. We are the mothers of the land. We will build with our hands a Lagos filled with greatness. We are strong. We are Cowsol. Okoniwa. We will serve our land. We will stand for our people. We will rise and together we will build our home. We are strong. We are Cowsol. Okoniwa. Committee of Wives of Lagos State Official. Inú ilé obìnrin ló kàn mọ́ lérò. Committee of Wives of Lagos State Official. Inú ayé obìnrin ló kàn mọ́ lérò. We are strong. We are Cowsol. Okoniwa.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Supportive women in Nigeria. The governor of the Center of Excellence, the state of aquatic splendor. The state that leads and others follow. The state that sneezes and others will catch cold. Lagos State. His Excellency, Governor Akinwumi Ambode. The Deputy Governor of this great state, the state of achievers, the state of the movers and shakers, Lagos State, Her Excellency, Dr. Idiat Olunroti Adebule. The wife of our special guest of honor that has been with us and has promised to be here even to the very last minute. of the 18th National Women's Conference, Her Excellency, wife of a governor of Kebbi State, Her Excellency Dr. Mrs. Zainab Bagudu, the wife of the only Ogbeni in Nigeria, the wife of a governor of the state of Osun, Alhaja Sherifat Aregbesola, Your Excellency, the mother of 22 million and still counting. Thank you for that acknowledgement. I was going to come there, but you have said it, so I'll skip that one. But a supportive woman, a dynamic woman, a lover of people, a large-hearted woman, a compassionate woman, a perfectionist, a dear woman. It's only a dear mother that can have 22 million and she can cope with them. The heartbeat of our governor, the best friend of our governor, the lover of our governor, the supporter of our governor, the organizer par excellence, Her Excellency, the wife of the governor of Lagos State, Mrs. Bolanle Ambode. I forgot to add the composer of our times. She's more than Iya Abeji. She has 22 million. The APC, before we go there, from Ondo State, the state that makes the best ashoke in Nigeria. The representative of Her Excellency, the wife of a governor of Ondo State, who is also the SSA to His Excellency, Mrs. Titi Adeyemi. Representative of the Grand Matron of the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, Cowsol. Representative of the most distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, OON, ably represented by Mrs. Olayinka Agusoye. APC National Woman Leader, Southwest, Yeye Shewa of Lagos, Chief Mrs. Kemi Nelson. APC, the wife of the APC chairman in Lagos State, Alhaja Tabat Balogu. APC woman leader in Lagos State, our dear Honorable Jumoke Okoya Thomas. Wife of former governor of Lagos State, Her Excellency Mrs. Gladys Undubusi Kanu. Representative of the head of service of Lagos State, Mrs. Olufumilayo Balogun. And our dear friends in this great committee that has for 18 years done great things. Starting with a woman that has paid her price. She has come, she has sinned, she has conquered. And she continues to soar very high. Not only in Lagos State, but Nigeria as a whole. An industrial giant, a businesswoman par excellence, a dear mother, a friend of a committee of wives of Lagos State officials, Dr. Stella Chinyelu Okoli, OON. and our shelter supplier, venue supplier, facility suppliers, who have always been a friend of this committee. I'm talking about one of the best hotels in Nigeria, and indeed West Africa, Eco Hotel and Suites, ably represented by the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Danny. Our distinguished guests, to the state government in Lagos State, please can you put your hands together as I invite to the microphone Professor Ibiyemi Olatunji Bello. Please can you put your hands together for her more resoundingly.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, our daddy, Governor Akinwumi Ambode, may I adopt the protocol established by the MC? Busola, please. Thank you. Good morning, distinguished guests and the audience. At the end of the 18th National Women's Conference organized by the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, Cowsol, held at Eco Hotels and Suites on Tuesday 23rd to Thursday 25th October 2018, the women resolved as follows. Women are to acquire the necessary skills to live desired life. They are to be brave, should not let failure become fear. Women should conquer fear or failure. They are to have the ability to recover from issues of life. They choose their priorities for success. And they are to acquire propelling purpose needed for success. Women are to be passionate about what one is convinced about. You are to have the right attitude for a successful marriage, the choice of man and family, and by defining their goals, which should be shared by their partners. Women must establish process of communication and interaction in marriage. They must develop perseverance by uniquely developing one's skills, one's willpower. Women should begin to plan for their retirement if they have not done so by assessing the situation. They should seek advice from professionals before retirement, and they should invest and save on a regular basis, but never put their eggs in one basket. Women were encouraged to speak out and seek help when in abusive relationship or see others being abused. We were encouraged to know our rights under the law. On the topic of parenting in this digital age, women should know that the goal of parenting remains same, but methods must change in this day and time. They must understand that technology has become indispensable in our children's daily lives. They must prepare their children for the digital future by ensuring they acquire relevant skills, put relevant internet security measures in place, and keep line of communication open. They must reinforce core values in our children. To effectively parent in this digital age, parents must be willing to learn, unlearn, and relearn. On the issue of children having children, Women should prevent children from becoming mothers by putting machinery in place for continuous sensitization and advocacy. The advocacy to address and eliminate the root cause and consequences. Government must put in place structures and policies to address the issues of children having children. The government at all levels, policymakers, health sector, both state and local level, family, society, NGOs, must all rise and resolve to eliminate the menace of enacting a policy for a reduction in the minimum age in rendering family planning services from 13 to 15 years. And finally, on the topic, preventing significant health challenges of midlife and beyond for the aging ones, the elders. Women should take their health seriously, especially from age 40, by ensuring the reduction in their dietary salt and increasing intake of fruits and vegetables. Women were advised to maintain an ideal body weight and engage in regular physical exercise. Your Excellency, these are the points highlighted during the 18th National Women's Conference. Thank you all.
That's a conference communique. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for me to invite to the microphone someone who has been at the helms of affairs of the National Women's Conference. Now, over the years, I'm sure you'll agree with me that we have seen the hands of God move in Lagos. We have seen progress in Lagos. We have seen peace. We have experienced peace in Lagos. We have seen women grow and love each other. And all these has been possible because we have a strong woman at the helms of affairs. People will say that behind every successful man, there is a woman. In Lagos, beside, before, around, where else? On top, where else? Ma, I will not use that one. But this woman has given strength to the man who has moved Lagos to the enviable heights that it is today. The Bible describes her as a virtuous woman. We know her as a lover of all, a compassionate woman, a respecter of everyone, someone who loves to touch lives. She's been doing it, and we know she will continue to do it. Please welcome to the microphone the First Lady of Lagos State, and of course, she is the chairman of the Committee of Wives of Lagos State officials. Please welcome Her Excellency, Mrs. Bolanle Ambode. She deserves a better round of applause.
Thank you. Please be seated. Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, the Special Guest of Honor, and Governor of Kebbi State, His Excellency Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, the Grand Matron Committee of Wives of Lagos State officials, Her Excellency Senator Oluremi Tinubu OON, ably represented by Mrs. Olayinka Agunsoye. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Dr. Idiat Oluranti Adebule, Your Excellencies, my beautiful sisters, wives of governors here present, Her Excellency Osun and Kebbi State, the representative of Ondo State First Lady, Mrs. Titilola Adeyemi, Your Excellencies, former First Ladies here present, Your Excellencies, former Deputy Governors here present, honorable members here present, members of the Lagos State Executive Council here present, body of permanent secretaries, chairmen of local governments and LCDAs here present, the National APC Women Leader Southwest, Chief Mrs. Kemi Nelson, Lagos State APC Women Leader, Honorable Jumoke Okoya Thomas, wife of the APC Chairman, Lagos State, Alihaja Tolani Balogun, members of Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, the Oloris, Kabiesi, Obariwan, Akiolu 1, all our facilitators, political groups here present, awardees, participants, distinguished guests, gentlemen of the press. Again, we glorify God as this conference inches to a close in style. Just as the others before it, he started the program with us and remained with us all through. Please join me in thanking him for unfailing faithfulness. His mercies and your cooperation made it possible for us to record resounding successes in all activities, from the opening to the lectures, through to the gala, and now the closing events. The countdown to the program was a period of intense hard work in excellent preparation towards a great conference. I thank everyone that played a role to ensure this happy outcome. Of course, this would not have been possible without the excellent cooperation I enjoyed from the eminent women of Cowsol. Your faithful commitment to the founding objectives of our great association ensure this glorious outcome. So you all, I say a big thank you. I wish to specially recognize and appreciate members of the Conference Planning Committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Mrs. Arinola Oluwo. The committee worked around the clock to ensure we have a great conference like the previous editions. May God renew your strength, bless you with good health, and reward you generously for your selfless service. Distinguished guests, I wish to especially appreciate His Excellency, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, Governor Edo State, for the honor done us in declaring the conference open. In doing so, he had showered praises on our committee, especially in our intervention in the health sector through donations of medical equipment to hospitals and for significant contributions to the well-being of the less privileged in the society. Thank you, Your Excellency, sir. We appreciate you and we are grateful for the great honor despite the very short notice. Our appreciation also goes to our Grand Matron, the most distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu, OON. We thank you most profoundly for your counsel and leadership role. To my lovely sisters, wife of the governors, Her Excellency Oyo, Ogun, Osun, Imo, Kebbi, Edo, and Ondo, ably represented. Some have been with us since the beginning of the conference. I appreciate you for your show of love and wonderful support. Words cannot adequately express my gratitude as I ask for journey mercies for you all. My appreciation also goes to His Excellency Alihaji Atiku Bagudu, Governor of Kebbi State, for graciously attending this closing ceremony. These eminent women of Lagos State had humbly requested him to be special guest of honor at the closing, which he accepted without hesitation, despite distance and busy schedule. God shall always honor and reference you, sir. Distinguished guests, I'm happy to recognize the presence of our patron and my darling husband, His Excellency, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, Governor of Lagos State. He was in attendance at the gala night and has honored us again with his distinguished presence at this closing. Your Excellency, sir, we are happy to have you in our midst, as we always love to do. My eminent women of Cowsol, and indeed the great women of Lagos State, jointly echo these words. Eshe sir, Adupe sir. We appreciate you and are profoundly grateful for your kindness and generous support at all times. To our seasoned facilitators and eminent chairmen of sessions, you were all wonderful. Your performances were exceptional as you handled every topic and session with amazing ease, to the admiration of everyone. In one of the papers, successful marriage need passion and perseverance. We were told to divine our preferences in life and ensure that the partners we choose share much of our personal perspectives and worldview. Adding that, perseverance, interaction, and communication play vital roles in the success of marriages. In another, strengthening our collective impact, parenting digital kids. The speaker addressed how we could protect our children from the harmful side effects of technology and how we can insulate them from digital explosion so that they can make responsible choices in life. She was quick to point out that the fact that while the goal of parenting remains the same methods and approaches of training our children must change. Thus, entirely disconnecting children from the digital world may be counterproductive, and giving them unfettered access to every digital content might also be counterproductive. There is the need to ensure that our children acquire relevant skills so as to make balanced adjustments. The speaker noted further that there has been a major erosion of core values and therefore encouraged participants to seek to enduring values and identity. I urge all participants to reflect the knowledge acquired in non-personal endeavors and should also try to pass on the knowledge to achieve desired impact on society. Indeed, it has been 3 days of serious intellectual exercise, and parts of the communique reached include get advice from professionals on financial matters, never spend all your income, invest at least 10% of it, don't keep quiet, speak out and seek help when in an abused relationship, know your rights under the law. Caregivers must listen and pay attention to their words, while structures and policies must be put in place to address cases of children having children. We should teach our children responsibilities and core values. Women are also advised to take their health seriously, especially from age 40, by ensuring reduction in dietary salts and increasing fruit intake. We are advised to maintain an ideal body weight and engage in regular physical exercise. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we cannot leave out our individual and corporate friends who have consistently supported our dreams and aspirations. It is quite a long list. We thank and appreciate you most profoundly. Shortly, we will be presenting our certificates of appreciation to distinguished recipients as a token of our gratitude. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, may you all enjoy journey mercies as you return to your respective destinations. Thank you and God bless everyone. Ìtẹ̀síwájú ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ló jẹ́ wá lógún. God bless you all.
Please, can we put our hands together for Her Excellency, the wife of a governor of Lagos State. A round of applause. I think she deserves a better one. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, ma. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, indeed in Lagos State we are blessed. Last year, he promised 6, and this year we got an extra 1. When a gift was announced last night, it was a trip to Ghana. And he looked and he said, she's African. Let her go to Igbo man's country. And he changed it in a twinkle of an eye to a London trip. He promised that he'll come personally to the gala nights to felicitate with women, and he kept his promise. He promised that he'll always support women, especially in Lagos State. He kept his promise. He promised that he'll always look for the good of Lagos State, and he has kept his promise. The only promise he didn't keep was that he was going to dance at the gala nights. But it's not over until it is over. At this point in time, wonderful women of Lagos, are we present this morning? Are we physically present? I think we need to applaud a gentleman that will be addressing this gathering. They said remarks, but we want full remarks because he must speak and we will hear. Please welcome to give his remarks at this conference, the 18th edition, His Excellency the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode.
Please be seated. Good morning. Please kindly sit down, please. Sorry. Your Excellency, the Governor of Kebbi State, Alhaji Abubakar Atiku Bagudu. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, the Grand Patron Committee of Wives of Lagos State officials, distinguished Senator ORIYOMI Tinubu, ably represented here. Your Excellencies, all the First Ladies here present, Lagos, Kebbi, State of Osun, and Ondo, ably represented. Your Excellencies, former wife of the former Governor of Lagos State, all courtesies duly extended. Please permit me to just skip. Yes, Busola, I promised to dance, but I never knew that there would be so much of social media. So I wasn't ready to go viral yesterday night. I can only dance for you in private. So, but I just keep that, yes. But we thank God we are here this morning. I'm very delighted to be here I especially welcome His Excellency, my dear brother, Alhaji Atiku Bagudu, Governor of Kebbi State, whose support and contribution to the success of this administration is very significant in many ways. On behalf of the government and people of Lagos State, I would like to use this opportunity to thank you for the vision we both share and which has impacted significantly on the economic fortunes of not only Lagos and Kebbi states, but also the entire nation. Thank you very much. I congratulate all members and executives of Cowsol for another very successful National Women Conference. I especially appreciate my darling wife and chairman of Cowsol, Bolanle Ambode, for our leadership and selfless commitment to the ideals of Cowsol. Along with other hardworking and committed members, she has succeeded in taking Cowsol and this annual conference to a higher level than she met it. Thank you very much. Although I was not present with you during the plenary sessions, I have no doubt in my mind, and then judging from what Professor Bello read out as communique also, that it was yet another rewarding 2 days of networking, eye-opening, educative and inspiring experiences. The opportunity to be part of a conference such as this is a privilege, which also comes with a corresponding responsibility. In the spirit of the theme of this conference, strengthening our collective impact, you all have a responsibility to share this experience with other women and men around you. This is the only way that the impact of the knowledge gained at this conference can be widened and deepened. It is a burden each and every one of you have to discharge to the best of your abilities. The government, no doubt, also has its own responsibility in terms of giving due and deserving consideration to the recommendations contained in your communique. I can assure you of our commitment to do our best in this regard. Ladies and gentlemen, as this year's edition of the conference draws to a close, I thank all our distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, participants, stakeholders, Your Royal Highnesses, and all our sponsors, especially the ones that were able to give us additional cars and also the gifts from the other corporate sponsors, for making this 2018 National Women Conference very successful. I want to urge all our sponsors that they must continue to share the ideals that we share with women and also to develop women also to the enviable heights that we really want our women to be. We appreciate your presence and commitment, and on behalf of the government and people of Lagos State, I bid you all journey mercies to your various destinations. God bless you.
We are one. We are Cowsol.
Can we appreciate His Excellency one more time?
And we stand by our husbands. We are the mothers of the land. We will build with our hands. Our land that's filled with greatness. We are strong. We are Cowsol.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to appreciate the friends of Cowsol, to recognize them for all they have done as true friends of this committee of wives of Lagos State officials. Year in, year out, they have always been supportive. First, I'd like to invite to please step forward as her citation will be read. The first friend of Cowsol to be honored here today. Please, could you put your hands together as I invite Dr. Mrs. Stella Chinyelu Okoli, OON.
We are one, we are Cowsol, and we stand by our husbands. We are the mothers of the land. We will build.
Dr. Stella Chinyelu Okoli, OON, is a Nigerian industrialist and social entrepreneur. She is the founder and group managing director of Emzo Pharmaceutical Industries Limited, one of the largest indigenous pharmaceutical manufacturing firms in Nigeria. Beyond her quest for knowledge, she has consistently served in finding practical solutions to the perennial problems in our environment. She served as the chairman of the Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Group of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. She is an active member of many local and international professional organizations, such as the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. She's a member of the Commonwealth Pharmaceutical Association. She received the Bullion Award for her outstanding contribution to industry and manufacturing. She is a council member of Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, member of British Chamber of Commerce, member of Spanish Chamber of Commerce, to mention a few. She founded Chike Okoli Foundation in 2006 in memory of her beloved son, Chike. The foundation was set up a center for entrepreneurial studies at Nnamdi Azikiwe University, which has trained over 5,000 entrepreneur students in the science and spirit of entrepreneurship. She served in many presidential committees on the revitalization of the Nigerian industrial sector. She is a recipient of national honors. Dr. Stella Okoli is a devoted Christian, proud Nigerian, and a distinguished daughter of Africa. She has, through her doggedness, dynamism, unparalleled energy, and passion in the face of daunting odds, become a remarkable role model for women and all classes of entrepreneurs across Africa. Her entire life is committed to the eradication of poverty and disease and the promotion of education, literacy as a weapon of mass development and empowerment. Her goal is that men and women of all colors, creed, and class will live long, happy, and productive. Also, her guiding philosophy is rooted in hard work, integrity, ethical leadership, fairness, and equity. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you friend of Cowsol, Dr. Stella Chinyelu Okoli, OON.
And to present the certificate, I'd like to respectfully invite the special guest of honor, His Excellency the Governor of Kebbi State, and our Governor here in Lagos, Governor Akinwumi Ambode. Please join him to please present this certificate of friend of Cowsol to Dr. Stella Okoli. And please, Your Excellency Ma, the wife of a governor, please could you join in the presentation.
We are strong. We are Cowsol. Okoniwa. We will serve our land. We will stand for our people.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege on behalf of the Committee of Wives of Lagos State officials to present this certificate of appreciation to Chief Mrs. Stella Okoli. in recognition of your ever constant support for the realization of the vision of the Council on 23rd October 2018.
We are one. We are Cowsol, and we stand by our husbands. We are the mothers of the land. We will build with our hands a land that's filled with grace.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, sir. Thank you very much. We'll give the microphone now to Dr. Stella Okoli to say a few words. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, I want to say one thing. What a glorious day. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful state. Lagos State. Lagos State. I came to Lagos State as a young girl when they had science school. So from science school, I went abroad to do my education. Then I came back again to Lagos State as an older lady. And I've been in Lagos State for over 40 years. And I love it. I love it. I love everyone. I love all our distinguished women. And I love what you're doing. You're not just meeting. You're meeting in love. You're meeting in harmony. You're spreading the good news. And you're empowering people. There is nothing better than that. I have been in Shagamu, where I knew, that's why I couldn't come for 2 days. But today I say I must come. This is where I belong. This is where my heart is. I love it. And thank you. May God bless you. Continue to do good. Continue to spread love. Continue to be good. As the First Lady said, continue to glorify God. He is wonderful. He is to be glorified. Thank you for honoring me. Thank you so much.
Please put your hands together for Dr. Mrs. Stella Chinyelu Okoli, OON. Thank you very much, ma. A friend of Cowsol and indeed a friend of Lagos. Thank you very much, ma. At this point, the next friend of Cowsol to be honored at this closing ceremony is a formidable partner of this committee. They have always been there accommodating this committee for the conference and other events. It's now the turn of Eco Hotel and Suites, ably represented by the Managing Director, Mr. Danny. Please could you step forward as we read the citation for Eco Hotel and Suites. Please put your hands together once again.
Eco Hotel and Suites is the most preferred hotel in West Africa, and it's all about the right mix. Located at the heart of Victoria Island and shielded from the hustle and bustle of the Lagos metropolis, Eco Hotel offers its clients and guests a perfect blend of the true essence of hospitality, A range of room types spread across 4 to 5-star hotels, fine dining restaurants and bars, various world-class recreational facilities, conference and banqueting facilities, and a convention center that has hosted every event of high repute in the last 9 years. Overlooking the new Lagos megacity, the Eco-Atlantic City, and the Atlantic Ocean, the estate is right in the middle of the city's business hub and only 45 minutes away from the airport. Eco Hotel is purposefully designed for the comfort and convenience of the business travelers, corporate organizations, and families looking for the best getaway Lagos has to offer. Eco Hotel has taken important steps to live up to Africa's future model in the hospitality sector, and that is why they have various facilities. With passion, they serve you at Eco Hotel and Suite, nestling international standard with African hospitality. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the friend of Cowsol, Eco Hotel and Suites.
And to present the certificate and plaque of appreciation, once again, Your Excellency, special guest of honor, the Governor of Kebbi State, Your Excellency Governor Bagudu, supported by the Governor of Lagos State, to please help in presenting the plaque of appreciation. Please put your hands together for His Excellency as he steps forward to present this.
We are one, we are Cowsol, and we stand by our husbands.
Thank you.
We are the mothers of
Distinguished members of the audience, once again, it is my honor and pleasure to present on behalf of the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials a certificate of appreciation presented to Eco Hotels and Suites in recognition of your ever constant support for the realization of the vision of Cowsol on 25th October 2018. Congratulations.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Your Excellency, Governor of Kebbi State, Your Excellency, the First Lady of Lagos State, please allow me to stand on other protocol that has been already observed. On behalf of our honors, it is an honor and it is a pleasure to identify ourselves with Cowsol, and it is an honor and a privilege to have been there for you for the last 10 years or so. We appreciate you, we appreciate what you do for this, our great state, as we all together strive to make the Center of Excellence more excellent as time goes by. Thank you very much. We appreciate this award, and we thank you very much for everything you do for us. Thank you.
we will build with our hands a land that's filled with greatness. We are strong, we are Cowsol.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's been 3 days of networking, brainstorming, and like we do every year, the minute the National Women's Conference comes to an end, you start seeing changes in the states. We have women that have been empowered in the last few days to bring change to the homes, to the states, and to the nation. Before we start effecting those changes, of course, we have to declare the conference closed. I'd like to invite a man who at a point in time, being the senator of the Kebbi Central constituency of Kebbi State. The man who is at the helm of affairs of the land of equity. Now, a lot of people would say, oh, the lake rice. I'm sure you know this is a Lagos and Kebbi initiative. Today, we are enjoying rice like never before in Lagos. Please welcome our special guest of honor, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, for his closing remark. Please welcome His Excellency Abubakar Atiku Bagudu.
Thank you. Kindly sit down. Your Excellency, my brother, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, and his dear wife, who the moderator, I think, have introduced as being ahead, beside, on top, and what else. And for a friend who I know to be a very, very private person, to have received such a public endorsement must have been an acknowledgement of his sterling qualities and Her Excellency's support and quality as well. My wife, Dr. Zainab Bagudu, Her Excellency, wives of governors here present, Her Excellency Sharifat Rauf Arebeshola Iyakabiru, and the representative of the Ondo State. Sorry, I forgot my sister, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Dr. Idiat. One of the privileges I share is that as a member of the National Economic Council, I sit very close to Lagos. So whenever my brother is not in attendance, my sister will be, and we strategize for both Lagos and Kebbi. So it's a pleasure. Senator Oluremi Tiribu ably represented APC National Woman Leader, Dr. Stella Okoli, our awardee for today, Lagos White Cap Chips, organizers of this event, great women of Lagos State and Nigeria and beyond, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning, everyone. Let me say how honored I am to be here, to have been invited as the guest of honor for this very, very important event. I have been here a number of times before. And what is true today, as was true the first time I was invited, is there is no Nigerian who will walk into this hall and will not be proud that in this world that is fast changing, in this world where we are constantly seeking for meaning and support and direction, the great women of Lagos have set a great tradition where they momentarily step back from whatever they are doing, and we know how busy it is being in Lagos and living in Lagos, and yet taking a moment to reflect, to educate, and to think as to what advice, what support that can be given in order to continue to evolve and do better. I think for many people, particularly in the science world, who are very conversant with the theory of evolution and how species, biological species, should organize and strategize in order to continue to evolve in a better form, this will rank as one of the most important events in the world. I listened with rapt attention the communique ably read out by Professor Ibiemi Olatunji Bello, and that can qualify as a magna carta of how to live, how to educate, how to raise children. I think she only missed out some of the few things about how to support husbands more, particularly financially. I don't know whether it wasn't covered, but I'm sure it will be made up. But I really felt it's a very, very great stride, and the women of Lagos have done Nigeria, have done the women of the world, have done mankind a great honor, and may God bless you. My sister, the wife of the governor of Lagos State, Mrs. Bolale Ambode, continued from where others had left, and in so short a time had stamped her hour upon the throne, to borrow from Shakespeare, in ensuring that this event continued to thrive, this event continued to focus on those areas that are of interest and affect everyone, children, mothers, husbands, and all. And we must congratulate her for this great. But again, as the moderator have aptly said, behind every great woman is a great husband, great man. And I can't say enough when I thank my brother, Governor Akinwumi Ambode. He spoke about one of the things that I believe is a measure of his greatness, the partnership between Lagos and Kebbi. Ambode and I have worked in farms in Kebbi State. Without Ambode, there wouldn't have been lake rice. Let me repeat that. Without Ambode, there wouldn't have been lake rice. And the significance of lake rice is that lake rice encouraged a revival in the we can do spirit. Mr. President captured it adequately when he said, at least now, when we tell the world we are going to do something, they better take us seriously. Those Nigerians and a lot of Africans and well-wishers who saw Mr. President when he visited Prime Minister Theresa May and later on President Trump and announced enthusiastically that Nigeria has reduced its rice importation by 90%. I must humbly say, without Ambode, we wouldn't have achieved that, because he supported the Nigerian Rice Initiative. And in turn, without Her Excellency Mrs. Ambode, and without the Committee of Wives of Lagos officials and the great women of Lagos State who encouraged, who supported the Lake Rise and the Nigerian Rise project, that wouldn't have been possible. So I thank you all for what you have done to Nigeria and what we have done to show that it's possible. My friend Ambode doesn't like to be praised. He's a very, very private person, and I always see a reflection of him in me, that how does private people function in what is otherwise a public world in politics. But gratefully, he has done a lot for Lagos. He has continued in the tradition. And understandably, he might have offended people. Some people, I have done so, many others before us have done so, but he has demonstrated grace. And being the believers we are, we believe that history will judge him kindly. He holds no grudge against anybody. He has assured me, and he loves the people of Lagos State, and he submits to their will. So, in drawing to a close this year's event, we pray that next year the event will be greater and will continue to be great, and will continue to be the event that the women of the world and the men of the world will be watching out for, to set the stage for our morality, for our survival, for our continued harmony with nature, so that we continue to thrive as a race. May God bless you all.
Please put your hands together for His Excellency, the Governor of Kebbi State, Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu.
I've always been
and very healthy. Another round of applause for His Excellency. Thank you very much, sir. To formally thank each and every one of us that has come for the 18th edition of the National Women's Conference, organized by the Committee of Wives of Lagos State officials. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'll now invite to the microphone the Secretary of Cowsol, Mrs. Adeyinka Abiru, to move a formal vote of thanks. A round of applause for Mrs. Abiru, please.
We are one. We are Cowsol. Cowsol.
Good morning, everybody present here. I would like to thank our special guest of honor, His Excellency Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, the Governor of Kebbi State. His Excellency, thank you, sir, for honoring our invitation, sir. His Excellency Governor Akinwumi Ambode, the Governor of Lagos State. Permit me, please, to stand on all already established protocols. We hope you have all enjoyed yourselves in the last 3 days and become more informed than when you came for this conference. More importantly, however, please endeavor to practice all you have learned in your day-to-day activities. On behalf of the First Lady of Lagos State, Her Excellency, Mrs. Bolanle Ambode, our mommy, and the chairman of Cowsol, members of the planning committee of the 18th National Women's Conference, all Council members, we would like to appreciate the presence of His Excellency, Governor Abubakar Bagudu, for honoring us today to be our special guest of honor for today's closing ceremony. Thank you, sir. We would also like to appreciate His Excellency, Governor Godwin Obaseki, the Governor of Edo State, for honoring us with his presence for the opening ceremony. We are grateful to all the speakers, resource persons, chairmen of sessions, all our beautiful delegates, and the press people for your impressive reportage. We say a very big thank you. We are also grateful to all our sponsors. May the Almighty God continue to bless you. Above all, we all give thanks to Almighty God for His glory, for seeing us through this conference with His grace and favor, which we cannot count. As the 18th National Women's Conference comes to an end, we all wish you journey mercies to your various destinations. We thank you and God bless you for coming. Ìtẹ̀síwájú ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ló jẹ wá lójú. Thank you, God bless.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Adeyinka Abiru. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, even as we draw the curtain on the 18th edition of the National Women's Conference, there was something that all speakers kept on referring to during this conference, and that was the anthem of Cowsol. That very all-important anthem that has wordings that will shape lives of many. May we all rise to jointly take the Cowsol anthem. And thereafter, His Excellency, the special guest of honor, and other dignitaries will be coming down to the stairs here to take a photograph session. Please, can we have the take the anthem?
We are one. We are Cowsol, Cowsol, and we stand by our husbands. We are the mothers of the land. We will build with our hands a Lagos filled with greatness. We are strong. We are Cowsol, Okoniwa. We will serve our land. We will stand for our people. We will rise and together we will build our home. We are strong. We are Cowsol, Okoniwa. Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials. Inú ilé rẹ̀ obìnrin ló kọ́mọ lérò. Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials. Inú ayé yìí obìnrin ló kọ́mọ lérò. We are strong. We are Cowsol, Okoniwa.
Do we believe that? Are we strong? Are we one? Please put your hands together for the Committee
Okoniwa. We are one. We are Cowsol. Cowsol. And we stand.